going into 2024. In a recent video, I discussed with you guys the latest bill relating to Social Security reform. And, I encourage you guys to explore and, look at all the different articles that I share with you guys on a regular basis. And I will leave those videos, those details for you guys in the description down below of this video. Now, what I want to share with you guys today, here's the thing, whether you agree or you disagree, I definitely want to hear your thoughts regarding these critical issues regarding increasing Social Security benefits, SSI, SSDI, VA benefits, as well as the elimination of double taxation. I need to hear you guys' thoughts on this, but I definitely want to dive a lot deeper into the Social Security, the Senior Citizens Tax Elimination Bill, to understand why it's gaining attention and how it could potentially shape the future of Social Security. Now, in a recent video, the latest bill related to Social Security reform was discussed, and all the articles and all the details for that one can be found in the video description. So I totally encourage my viewers, share your thoughts. Let me know whether you agree or you disagree with that. It's a very important topic related to increasing Social Security benefits. And in addition to that, the elimination of double taxation. What is going on, guys? I see a lot of you guys in the comments already. 200 folks in the comments in the live already. I really appreciate the support, you guys. We've only got 50 likes so far for the video. If I can get at least half of you guys dropping a quick like for the video, and if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. I'd love to have you a part of the family. Now, one of the things I wanted to share with you guys today is this very unexpected increase of Social Security clawbacks, which is set to hit millions more people than what the agency originally told us. It's like they're lying to us, guys. And, so basically the Social Security Administration, they've demanded more money back. And we were thinking it was going to be like 1 million people this year, right? Katalia is in the house, Pam Miller, John White, Marissa. What is going on, guys? If you guys can hear me and see me okay, just please drop me a quick comment. Let me know I'm coming through okay for you guys. I really would appreciate it. Anytime I use these wireless mics, I never really know. You see that green light on there, right? It's green, but it doesn't mean that it's necessarily working. So I don't know if I'm coming across to you guys. Anyway, so the Social Security Administration has done the unthinkable, guys. The Social Security Administration has demanded money back from more than 2 million people a year, more than twice as many people as the head of the agency has disclosed during an October congressional hearing. Can you believe that? Like, that's an astounding amount of people in addition to what they had already claimed, and that number has adjusted upward very aggressively in only a matter of 2 months. Is that even fair? I mean, seriously, Brooklyn in the house. What's going on, Vivian? I see you. So that is according to a document that KFF Health News and Cox Media Group obtained through a Freedom Information Act request, which these are our rights, guys. And we have to stand for our rights. We cannot let the government walk all over us. We put these people in power. Never forget that. Acting Commissioner of the Social Security Administration, Kalolo Kajazi, read out loud from the document during the hearing, but repeatedly left out an entire category of beneficiaries displayed on the paper as well. Why is that? Why do you think that she just repeatedly left out an entire category of beneficiaries? If you did it once, sure, maybe it's a mistake. When you do it over and over and over, is it really a mistake, guys? I mean, seriously, let me know what you guys think. I mean, if your kid made a mistake, they did it once, right? No big deal. If your kid made a mistake over and over and over, it almost becomes obvious that this is intentional. Kalolo Kajazi read out loud from the document during the hearing, but repeatedly left out an entire category of beneficiaries, guys. That looks intentional to me. Let me know what you think. The document indicates the fallout from the Social Security overpayments and clawbacks is much wider than Kajazi acknowledged under the direct questioning from a House Ways and Means subcommittee that oversees the federal agency. I can't make this stuff up, guys. So in a statement from this article, the SSA spokesperson, Nicole Teigman, described the number of people Kajazi provided in her testimony and those she left out as unverified. Quote, according to Teague, quote, we cannot confirm the accuracy of the information, and we have informed the committee. So basically, is the Social Security Administration untrustworthy? Can we not trust the Social Security Administration? What are your thoughts, guys? Drop me a 1 in the comments down below if we cannot trust the Social Security Administration. And if you believe we can trust the Social Security Administration, drop a number 2. I want to see where you guys are standing on this one. So the numbers we gathered quickly, the spokesperson said, Social Security systems were not designed to easily determine this information. So you're telling me that the Social Security Administration doles out billions upon billions of dollars every single year, and they're not designed to easily gather beneficiary information? Are you kidding me? This is unbelievable, guys. So after the October hearing, KFF Health News and Cox Media Group sent Tigman several emails asking her to clarify whether the annual numbers that Kajazi gave to the Congress included all Social Security programs or just a subset. Well, guess what, guys? She says she wouldn't say. Well, if that would, by not saying anything, that's almost an admission of guilt. Because if that was everything, you would have just said, no, that's everything. There's nothing left. There's nothing hidden that we're holding back at this point, right? So I know a lot of you guys are just about pissed off here. Many of you have already received letters from the Social Security Administration saying how much money you owe them. And you're thinking to yourself, well, how am I going to pay this back? Well, I'm actually going to share with you guys several different ways that people have decided to come up with extra income to be able to pay some of this money back. And, whether you need to pay money back or whether you're looking to increase your income, I'm going to share this information with you guys. Bella Odell, thank you so much for the super chat. You are an amazing person. I truly, truly appreciate you. So Representative Greg Steube, Steube, I don't know how you say his name. Steube, Greg Steube. I don't know. He probably got made fun of when he was in high school. A member of the subcommittee said in an interview that he wondered if the agency intentionally deflated the numbers to not make it look as bad as it is. Well, that's what I'm going to have to go with. I got to go with Greg Stooby-Dooby-Doo because it had to be intentional. You don't accidentally keep making the exact same mistake, overlooking a subset of beneficiaries, guys. Quote, maybe we should have come back to her. Hold on, let me make sure I got this right. Maybe we should have her come back in for another hearing, put her under oath. What do y'all think? Should we have her come back in, put her under oath, and then ask these questions again? And ask her why she isn't being completely upfront about the numbers? This is what Greg Steube of Florida has said. I think that would be rather interesting. I think that would be rather interesting to see how she answers under oath. Because when you're not under oath, you can pretty much say you can say anything you want. No one's holding you accountable. It's a big difference there, guys. So let's see here. So as KFF Health News and Cox Media Group tell the government, all right. So the government has been trying to recover billions of dollars from beneficiaries it says it overpaid. In many cases, the overpayments were the government's fault. Wow. This is what we've been talking about for how long now? The overpayments were the federal government's fault. So why in the world would the federal government be looking at you to pay back overpaid benefits that were their bad? Does that make any sense whatsoever? And then, people are getting these letters feeling threatened that their meager Social Security checks are going to be garnished or somehow, they're going to be forced to sell everything. I mean, this at a time where inflation is at its highest. Technically, theoretically, it's not at its highest, but it kind of is, because even though we've seen inflation come back a little bit, inflation has not there's no negative inflation going on here. So even though inflation or CPI is lower, the price of everything is still as high as it has ever been. Everything you're paying for right now is at the highest it's ever been. So even when inflation is cooling down, prices aren't reverting. So it's, the rate of growth is slowing down, but the cost increases are still happening. So people are dealing with that problem. If you're on fixed income, Social Security, SSI, SSDI, if you're a salaried income worker, you're dealing with all of these costs increasing all around you, and you're almost feeling probably like you're in a situation where you can't do anything about it. Everything's getting more expensive, and how do I pay for all this stuff, right? Property taxes, Florida, California, New York, some of the highest property tax states in the United States. North Carolina's getting up there in property taxes. Seattle, Washington, Texas used to be a bargain. Nevada's getting higher. And so, all of these different and all these different states that have like Bella Odell says small bag of Doritos $5.99, bread $7.99. Guys, it's ridiculous. Those prices, Bella, are ridiculous. But and depending upon what city you live in, it's impossible to get any kind of healthy food. Number one, finding healthy food is hard enough. And if you can find it, it costs like 3 to 5 times more expensive than some crappy food. And then everyone wonders why everyone's health in America is so poor. So you got inflation problems. Then you're going to have high healthcare bills because you're eating crappy food because there's nothing but crappy food available to you. And the quality food is, NYC, New York City is insanely expensive. Exactly. Appreciate that comment. Thank you for bringing that to my attention or reminding me. Then you got property taxes going through the roof. Almost all real estate in the United States has appreciated dramatically over the last 4 years. And so, of course, all of the counties, the local governments want to get their hands in there. Boss says one hamburger is $10 to $15. Boss, where are you seeing one hamburger for $10 to $15? So you got all these properties, all this real estate, whether it's an investment property or it's your primary residence, single family real estate, townhomes, condos, everything has gone up in price, in value, right? So granted, it increased a lot of people's net worth. But at the same time, the county governments, the local governments, they said, hey, we got to get a piece of this. So they went ahead and reassessed everyone's properties. Let me know if you've gotten a higher property tax bill in the last 3 to 4 years on your home. So again, and if you're on fixed income, you may own your home, even if you own your home outright with no debt. Some of these increases could literally wipe you out and find a lot of people in a foreclosure situation. Imagine you pay off your house, but your property taxes double, maybe even triple over the last 5 years. If you were living paycheck to paycheck, how are you going to handle property taxes going up $4,000 a year, $6,000 a year? I got a lot of people hit me up telling me they live in Florida and their property homeowners insurance has gone up $4,000 a year, $8,000 a year, thanks to natural disasters like Hurricane Ian and whatnot. So there's a lot going on, guys. Now, some of the top things that people are doing right now is they're looking at how they can increase their income. Now, one of the more popular ways of increasing their income is they're leveraging freelance writing or content creation, jumping on sites like Upwork and Fiverr, and essentially utilizing their writing skills to create content for blogs and websites. And they're making different marketing material for different companies, for different businesses. A lot of these businesses, they understand that without customers coming in the door, they can't make any money. So they are more than willing to invest in their blogs, their websites, where customers can discover their products and their services. And so a lot of these freelancers, they literally just write for these businesses. And specifically New York City's very dynamic business environment provides numerous opportunities in this area. And if you don't happen to live in New York City, don't worry. If you have an internet connection, a smartphone, a laptop, this opportunity is available for you as well. And you want to know what kind of money you can make doing this? Man, according to the research, you can make anywhere from $500 extra per month to $10,000 per month doing these types of freelance writing activities. You don't have to necessarily use Fiverr or Upwork, but those are just a couple of platforms that you can use. And if you guys are interested in more information about this, definitely let me know in the comments section. I'd love to hear from you guys. By the way, we got 320 something people in here. If you guys could do me a quick favor and drop a like for the video. And if you're brand new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have you guys a part of the community. The next thing that people are doing is rideshare driving. A lot of you guys are familiar with that. If you heard of Lyft, Uber, if you have a car, driving for rideshare companies like Uber or Lyft could possibly be a lucrative option, especially during peak areas, peak hours, or in the busy areas. Now, I do know a couple of people who used to drive for the ride sharing programs, platforms like Uber and Lyft. They used to give me, I used to hear them talk about how they would join these different private communities on Facebook. And these private communities on Facebook would basically give them the 411 on where the most lucrative parts of town are. Let me know if any of you guys are driving for Uber or for Lyft. But some of these guys are pulling in like an extra $1,200 to $1,500 a week on the side. So this might be an opportunity for you guys. An extra $1,200 a week, $1,400, $1,500 a week, depends on where you live. I don't know. I don't think that those numbers are necessarily going to be available in all areas, but it might be available in your area. And heck, even if you could only get half of that, an extra $600 or $700 a week might be pretty helpful to a lot of people. So let me know what you guys think about that one, and let me know if you happen to drive for Uber or Lyft yourself right now. Another opportunity that people are taking advantage of is their tutoring or their teaching online. They're offering different tutoring services and subjects that they're knowledgeable in. It could be something as simple as like teaching English as a second language to students worldwide. And you'd be surprised how many people are signing up for these courses to learn how to speak English. So don't discount your skills. Don't discount the fact that you might know how to speak, multiple languages. And don't discount the fact that you might only speak English. There's a lot of people who don't speak English and would love to learn how to do so. Estimates on how much you can earn tutoring or teaching online, anywhere from a couple $100 per month on up to $4,000 to $5,000 per month on multiple different platforms. Let's see who else we got in here. So, and one thing that a lot of people actually in one of my previous videos, a lot of you guys were actually telling me how much you're moving products on platforms like Etsy and Printify. So I think Catalia mentioned that she uses Printify, if I'm not mistaken. Catalia says homeschooling teaching is also another great way to make an income. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I've always said that your creativity is your only limitation on earning capacity is your own creativity. Your creativity will leapfrog your income if you're willing to push yourself and kind of think outside the box a little bit. So, and also selling handmade goods or art. Etsy is a phenomenal platform to be able to pull this off on. You got Etsy, you got I really like Etsy, as a matter of fact. And the cool thing about Etsy is like you can tie Etsy into Printful. Or I don't know if I'm saying it right. Is it Printful? Let me see. Oh, thank you, Catalia. So Catalia says, I use Etsy with Printful and I'm working on my second side hustle. Wow, that's dope. That is dope. So this is what I'm saying, guys. Like the Social Security Administration, they're over here messing around with people's checks. But in reality, I think the wisest thing to do is to always have multiple streams of income. Because if you only have one stream of income, let's just say your one stream of income is your 9-to-5 job. If that thing were to go away, it leaves you in a very precarious situation, and that's not where you want to be. So I hope that this information is helpful to you guys. Drop me some comments, guys. Let me know what you guys think about what we discussed today. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. Drop a like video. I really appreciate you guys, and I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. Y'all be safe.